when it comes to me time, know that it's okay to be clingy. It's okay to be clingy, but I know I'll use an analogy that I'm sure a lot of people will be used to. Let him play the game. Let him play the game. Let the man play the game. What's going on? It's your boy Bohemian Trey, and I have some advice. I have some advice for the females. Well, I'm giving advice from a male's perspective, and this first one could be for male and female, and I would advise, I'd advise this for anybody. And I would just say, first of all, when you start dating, don't take it too far too quickly, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Because, like, in this, I mean, in our generation, and maybe even before, but most definitely, I only know about what you see what they're saying. I realize that we rush into things and we don't see how that is almost like a disservice to what you're trying to accomplish, if you are trying to accomplish a long-term relationship with a person. Because I mean, first time you might feel like, oh, when you first meet a person, you feel like, oh, I really like this guy, I really like this girl, or whatever, and you go and take the relationship deeper before you, like let's say a month in the dating stage. Then what happens when you really get to know that person? What happens when you really get to see who that person is? And I'm sure a lot of females are going to see this video and say, yep, I could tell you about a situation. And that happens because, I mean, for those who want to admit, I feel like it happens because of rushing that process. You know what I mean? Because we all know when that happens, you both, at least I would believe that you both grow a certain kind of feeling for each other. Sometimes, I guess, some person from the other side may not feel the same, but it grows. The feeling grows. And as a female, you don't want to put yourself in a predicament where you dating a guy and you think that his intentions are pure and it's not really pure. So first things first, don't jump in a relationship with a person who you don't know. If you're not really sure that that's the person who you know what I mean, want to be with, then don't take that next step, because it takes a while to really get to know somebody, and you, as you even get in the relationship, you're gonna learn more about that person. But you should at least know the basics about that person so that you say, okay, I like you, or this is how far I want to go with you. And also too, number two, the next bit of advice I'd say is when it comes to communicating. First of all, this is for both sides again. I feel like when it comes to when in a relationship, when you're speaking, you should speak to that person how you would want to be spoken to. If you don't like when your significant other, if they curse at you, if you don't like that, if you wouldn't like that if they do that to you, then don't do it to them. You see what I'm saying? And anyway, continue going on with communication. When it comes to communicating, I would advise for any female to say how you feel. You know, say how you feel. For some, it may not be something that you're used to, but I can assure you, in any kind of situation, in any kind of conflict, communicating resolves that conflict by really and truly just saying how you feel. I mean, it might sound cliche or it might sound simple, but honestly, I know sometimes we might try to hold back from saying certain things because we don't want for that person's feelings to get hurt. But most times, I can tell you, saying what you feel like you want to say is the best thing you could do, because if it's really how you feel, you would want to let that person know how you feel. You see what I'm saying? So that's number 2. And keep the spark alive. Continue to keep the spark alive. Continue to also put that effort in trying to keep the spark alive, because I know a lot of people have a perspective as if, you know, only the guy is supposed to put in a certain amount of effort. Now, I'm not saying if you are putting a certain energy as if it shouldn't be reciprocated to you. I understand that, but you have to reciprocate the energy. You see what I'm saying? You can't. A guy will not, or you know, if it's a female, they're not going to give you their 100% if they feel as though you're not giving anything. You see what I'm saying? And when I say gift, that doesn't even have to be financial, whatever, blah blah blah. I'm talking about just, you know, if your significant other is make sure hit you up every day and be like, hey, you eat today? You could at least ask them today or tomorrow, hey, did you eat? Or like just simple certain things. And also another one, you have to learn your significant other's love language. You know, like they might just like your presence. They might just like feeling you lay on, like rest your head on their shoulder or whatever like that. Like, you know, that's another one. And another piece of advice, I just saw this the other day. I would tell anybody this. When it comes to me time, know that it's okay to be clingy. It's okay to be clingy, but I know I'll use an analogy that I'm sure a lot of people will be used to. Let him play the game. Let him play the game. Let the man play the game. And the reason I say that is because now if he's on his game all day, every day, through the hour, on the hour, and he don't speak to you and it's like interfering with you guys' communication and whatever like that, then cool. But if y'all two was talk all day, every day, or y'all in the same place, like if y'all, you know, I understand that you would want attention in certain times, but allow for not only him but yourself to have a life separate from the relationship, to just say, okay, this is me time, put my game, get my game, and you know, do my vibe or whatever like that. For you as a female, you might want to go in the mirror and do your makeup. Like when he is occupied with something simple as just playing game, try to find your own recreational vibe to just do. And it's okay to coexist like that, because
drop it, lingo.
I ain't saying that him being on the game means that he doesn't want to speak to you, so go do something else. We all is just want to do something. But like if your significant other may love video games, let them play the game. Like there shouldn't be nothing wrong with that. And another thing I'd say is, don't let nobody get in your relationship. And when I say that, I mean no family, no friends. Like, talk to your significant other about whatever is whatever. If y'all having an issue, talk to them about that issue, because this is the reason why you're in a relationship with that person. And whoever you go and ask about the relationship, no matter if you was talking to them from day one about this person, they do not know the relationship like you and that other person. They don't speak they're not in y'all conversations every day, so they don't know of all the good times. And I'm sure you're not telling them about the good times as much as you're telling them about the bad times. And either way, as humans, we'll gravitate to that, you know, most emotional time or whatever, and which is the bad time. You're probably gonna explain to that next person and be like, oh, child, he gonna do this, or they gonna do that. And then they're gonna start to build a perception about this person, and their answer is going to be based off that perception that you built for them. You see what I'm saying? So as far as you concerned, your significant other is the best person you've ever met. You love them, they're great. But from all the stories that you then been telling your friend about them 1 or 2 times when y'all might have been having some hiccups, they feel as though in their mind, like let's say if you went to your friend twice about some, you know, some bad stuff, when you go to that friend for the 3rd time, they can be like, oh, you need to leave them or whatever. Like, they're gonna have an answer based off of the 2 things that you said before. So it don't make sense putting other people in your relationship. It don't make sense, so don't do it, okay? So yeah, big ups. It's your boy Bohemian Tree. I hope that someone would be able to take some of the information that I've said and allow it to be useful. You know what I mean? Link up.
Don't let people that don't matter too much matter too much. We're worried about what X person thinks or what Y person thinks. I'm like, why do they have so much influence over your decision making or your life?
Yeah.
Because the decision that you make is not going to impact them, nor is anything they do should it impact you. So don't let people that don't matter too much matter too much.